Alright, we are on the draw with Chart and Shoal Delver, and this hand's pretty bad. We have a forest, a bauble, and a bunch of blue cards. We can cast Shoal. There's that. We're gonna mulligan. This hand is way better. Although these denials aren't great. Bolt probably goes on the bottom since we can't cast it for at least a little bit. Spire of Industry. Alright, we're playing against Lantern. Oh, okay, I'm going to grab the notepad. The opponent with the Lantern right away. We have another Bolt, but that just means that we can threaten to transform Delver of Secrets, and I like that quite a bit. We're going to go Breeding Pool Delver. Serum Vision's not going to be very good once the opponent resolves a Millrock, but whatever. So they drew an Opal, and they played the Opal. No Metalcraft yet, although with 2 mana up, I imagine they can get it in short order. Can we shrink our library window? Inquisition, sure. Something like, I guess over here, this is probably the least valuable board space. Ancient Stirrings, yep, makes sense. The opponent took Bauble, which is kind of funny because Bauble was on top. Bauble enters the battlefield. Let's get rid of this because we don't need it. We have a pencil and paper anyways, and let's show off that Bolt. I would love to. Now, the opponent can play around Stubborn Denial if they wish to. Ooh, Perilous Voyage. I want to draw that. Yeah, we're definitely casting Visions here. That is a temporary out to Ensnaring Bridge. Chartacourse and Misty Rainforest. Misty turns on Lightning Bolt. Chart draws us more cards, though. I guess we could top both. In for 3. I guess we could have held up both Stubborn Denials, in which case the opponent can't just jam an Ensnaring Bridge. But that's not that good. In fact, I don't think it's very good at all. They're drawing a Whir off of Bauble, and they're drawing a Bauble, which will probably just enter the battlefield right away, so I don't think I'm going to jot it down. Botanical Sanctum, Bauble, and this is probably going to be a Whir. Oh, Whir is an instant. I'm going to pull that up. Whir of Invention. Let's make sure we know exactly what that does. Blue, blue, blue X and Improvise, so they can tap artifacts as if they were mana rocks. And you get an artifact card that costs X or less and put it onto the battlefield. So let's see. Blue, blue, blue. And then 3. Okay, so that would be why they didn't do it right away. We can currently Denial Whir of Invention. We can swing, Chartacourse, play the land, hold up Stubborn Denial. Although all they need is 1 land to stop that. But that does mean they need the 1 card we don't know in their hand to be a land. And that's not super likely. That's fair. That's fair. Whir of Invention is an instant. Let's play that. We're probably going to end up shuffling away. Oh, we drew into another Chartacourse. Too bad we can't attack. We're probably going to want to shuffle away this Shoal. The opponent has Mystery Card and Spellbomb. Spellbomb actually is really good here, because that is going to do a good job of taking out our Delver, which is going to make our life quite difficult. So let's see, they can do this whenever they want, which means, well, we don't have any cards that deal with it anyways. So let's fetch, grab a Steam Vents. I would be willing to shock here to get this bolt out of my hand. Looks like we're drawing a basic forest, which certainly isn't great. Hooting Mandrills is. Now they can mill Hooting Mandrills. Oh no, they can't. They can't. They shuffled away the Codex Shredder. That's fantastic. In that case, we're not going to bounce the bridge yet. Because if we get this Mandrills down, and then we bounce the bridge, we have Denials up to counter bridge. Academy Ruins is going to give them a little bit of help, but that's at least somewhat slow. Which means they might have to sacrifice the Lantern soon if they want to stop us from drawing Mandrills. They hit land plus Academy. They played the Academy, so their last card is Dark Slick Shores. Abrupt Decay is not going to do very much, given that they could already Spellbomb the Aberration. Do I want to bounce Ensnaring Bridge now? We bounce Bridge, we cast Mandrills. I like that very much. No, I want to draw Mandrills first. There we go. Oh, we have Tarmogoyf on top. Well, look at that. The reason I wanted to draw Mandrills first is because if we bounce Ensnaring Bridge and the opponent realizes what we're up to, they can sacrifice Lantern to shuffle away the Mandrills, put Ensnaring Bridge back down on their turn, assuming we don't end up with a fatty on top, and then we're in trouble. I kind of want to have this Bolt in the graveyard, but I also kind of want to bounce that Ensnaring Bridge now. I'll wait. We'll delve 4, pay 2, hold up some mana. Having a big Tarmogoyf isn't very relevant because the opponent has an Abrupt Decay on top of their deck. So now we wait. They're going to Spellbomb at us, try to end this game eventually. Academy Ruins that back on top of their deck. Yup, that's perfectly acceptable. They're going to draw the Spellbomb. That's fine. My clock is way faster. Dark Slick Shores comes down. Here's the Spellbomb. Do we counter that? Or would I rather bounce the Ensnaring Bridge? If we counter this, we can untap, bounce the bridge, hit for a bunch, and still hold up 2 denials. No, we'll have 1 denial in that case. But we also get to knock the opponent down to 2 life. That's probably worth it. We're going to draw Tarmogoyf, but we're not going to use Tarmogoyf. Perilous Voyage. Having a bounce spell just paid off. Put the bridge in their hand. Nice. Nice. Like that a lot. Ooh, Snapcaster Mage on top. The opponent not having a Millrock was extremely relevant. We had a lot of good stuff on top of our library that they did not get rid of. They could have sacrificed the Lantern at some point to shuffle stuff away. But we did good work. Good job, team. That happens. We're going to head into combat. In for 7. And, I mean, they can draw Abrupt Decay. They can sacrifice this to try to draw something better. Don't think I bother with the Chart course here. Think I'd rather just hold up the Stubborn Denial. If they shuffle their deck and with the Lantern and end up drawing an Ensnaring Bridge, they can play both, and then they get around our denial that they know about, but we have a Snapcaster Mage on top of our deck, and if they use Lantern to shuffle their library, they can't shuffle our library. They decided to shuffle themselves, so they have Bridge in hand, and they are drawing Mystery card. We have a Snapcaster Mage on top of our deck. They cast Ensnaring Bridge. I believe we counter that. I don't see much downside to countering that, because that means they have to answer these threats and the Snapcaster Mage on top of our deck, instead of just holding on to the denial, hoping that we can stop something from answering the Snapcaster Mage. That seems silly. Let's head to the sideboard. That was great. Do I have a plan for Lantern? Looks like I don't. I probably have one for Traverse. Do I? Is that correct? I have a plan for Lantern when I play Traverse. Okay, so what do we do with that? When playing Traverse, I board in Knuckleblade, board out a Traverse, take out a Scour, because they're going to mill us at least a bit, cut a bunch of Bolt effects, that's fair, Vapor Snag, Dismember, and Spell Snare, bringing in bunch of Artifact Hate, all of the Artifact Hate, all the Blood Moons, Mountain, EE, Huntmaster. So, Mountain, EE, those are good. Blow up Lantern, hit land drops, cast Huntmaster, Artifact Hate, turn off Academy Ruins and a bunch of lands, Artifact Hate, Dismember seems bad, and Artifact Hate. Flash Freeze counters Ancient Stirrings. We're not going to board that in. Okay, so what are we going to take out? Perilous Voyage is at least somewhat good. I could see cutting Simic Charm. We're going to cut Vapor Snag. No Dismember in this list. At least one Bolt effect. Possibly two. Let's throw that over here. I could see cutting some amount of Shoals. Spell Snare is going to go. Shoal for one's going to get... Shoal isn't very good in this matchup. It counters Ancient Stirrings, discard spells, Collective Brutality, and Fatal Push, basically. That's about it. Think we want to go more, do whatever damage we can, get into the mid-game, and either Huntmaster through a bridge, burn spells through a bridge, or bounce/blow up a bridge, and then big swing game. Chart, of course, is pretty nice. That one other match I had with Lantern, with this deck against Lantern, Chart, of course, did quite a bit of work. I'm going to cut Shoal. Doesn't seem that good. One Thought Scour, one Simic Charm, and last card. We have 30 seconds left to decide. I kind of don't want to cut any more of these Bolt effects. Don't really want to cut another Scour. I could live with cutting a Serum Visions. I believe I sometimes do. I mentioned this last time too. It's Mill that I cut Visions against, not Lantern. Maybe a Mana Leak? No, that's still good. Mandrills. I like having threats. Not Bauble. Maybe just a Mandrills in case they have Graveyard Hate. That seems so loose. Maybe the Mountain. They're going to try to mill us into a bunch of lands anyways. I could try that. Oh, Mountain helps us cast Blood Moon. That might have been a bad decision. We're going to find out. Well, we can still cast Blood Moon with this hand. It does look like a keep, I must say. I don't know if we're casting Blood Moon on turn 3, but this hand looks pretty good. I think I'm going to grab a Breeding Pool with this Flooded Strand, because I don't really want to go cutting myself off of green to try to make Blood Moon good. Welding Jar is going to be pretty good. Okay, maybe they're going to make that decision easier for us. Maybe they'll take Serum Visions. They might take Ancient Grudge since they have this Welding Jar, which means the first half of Ancient Grudge gets answered by the Inquisition. Welding Jar takes the second half. Ancient Grudge nullified. Ensnaring Bridges will be safe. That is what they decided to go with. What do we got? Top of the deck says Island. That makes me really want to get a Breeding Pool. If we didn't play Flooded Strand, I would probably cut this and keep the Mountain, because this would be a Scalding Tarn, which could just get Stomping Ground as our green source of choice. Stubborn Denial's pretty good. Actually, since we have a Delver, I'm probably going to top the Denial. Denial's a lot worse when our threats are Delver and Huntmaster, but when Denial is going to be transforming Delver, I can live with it. A lot of mill rocks. Lot of mill rocks. They milled both of our top cards. That was a touch aggressive. Not too aggressive, but it was definitely a touch aggressive. Do I want to Thought Scour here proactively? Oh, wow. Okay. Looks like the answer is yes, since we did hit a Mandrills, and I would like to have best choice of graveyard. So let's do this. We hit a Perilous Voyage. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to leave a Stubborn Denial, a land, Ancient Grudge I want to leave, Visions or Delver, probably Visions. One more card. Probably take Visions, to be quite frank. Think I'd rather have the Denial in the graveyard. Alright, that's going to resolve. They might have an Ensnaring Bridge here, but sooner or later we're going to bounce it. Hopefully we'll be bouncing it once we have the ability to counter it on the way back. Island. I'll jot that down. Are you going to play it? No. Is land it is. They kept the island in hand. They already had these 3 lands in play. Or did they? No, they didn't. They played, what, Glimmer Void for turn? They played Glimmer Void for turn. Okay, we're not going to bounce anything yet. We're going to draw. And to be honest, oh geez, Chart of Course is really good. I was thinking Slam Blood Moon, but we also have Chart of Course now. Do we still just Slam Blood Moon? We can still cast most of our spells. We won't be able to Huntmaster. Do I care about Huntmastering? Yeah, kind of. Kind of want to get Huntmaster down before we Blood Moon, which means I think we're going to attack here and then Chart of Course. Holding up Perilous Voyage isn't that great. Okay, we'll play this tapped. No need to speed up their Pyrite Spellbomb clock by a turn. They're going to very kindly mill an artifact for us. I know they're trying to speed up their clock by proactively milling us, but we're a graveyard-centric deck, and that is super dangerous. The opponent's not hitting their combo, which I am A-okay with. Do I... Oh, wow. We can get the other island. I think Huntmaster is officially off the list as far as things that I care about go. Pretty sure we do this. We're going to cast Goyf. Probably crack that Flooded Strand sooner rather than later to get a basic island if we do plan on casting a Blood Moon. If we don't plan on casting a Blood Moon, I'm not sure what the game plan is. I don't want to get too proactive with my Blood Moons in case I end up needing green mana. Did they hit a Whir of Invention when I wasn't looking? It looks a lot like Whir. Oh, they're sacking a Codex Shredder. That makes sense. What are they targeting? Inquisition. That's fine. They have an Inquisition and a mystery card. Here's the Inquisition. We could bounce something with Perilous Voyage here in response, but there's nothing we can profitably bounce, so I'm going to let Inquisition resolve. This is probably to clear the way for a counter, but that requires them to immediately draw an Ensnaring Bridge. Pyxis of Pandemonium is A-okay. The opponent's got the wrong kind of graveyard hate. We do not have Snapcaster Mage in hand. Let's grab a basic. Get the island. Now, do we want to Ancient Grudge something? Oh, boy. We are just doing it, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely doing it. Okay. Blood Moon stops them from being able to cast Whir of Invention, which is certainly a good thing. We're going to hit them down to 4. We can't Ancient Grudge because of the Grafdigger's Cage. I think I want to just cast Huntmaster in case they naturally draw. I'm so bad at casting spells. I want to play Huntmaster in case they naturally draw the Ensnaring Bridge, because if we go Blood Moon, they top deck Ensnaring Bridge, we're probably out of the game. And that would be very unfortunate. Whereas they have the additional out of Whir of Invention here. They're going to put... I would go for Ancient Stirrings. Oh no, they're still milling. I was going to say, if you're sacking Codex Shredder, I would grab an Ancient Stirrings to try to dig to that bridge. If we play Blood Moon and they top deck Ensnaring Bridge, they cast it, we can no longer... Well, no, we could still cast Huntmaster, it's just a little bit slower. So maybe it didn't actually matter casting Huntmaster there. Playing the Huntmaster means it transforms a turn sooner, which means our clock of just Huntmaster transforming is slightly faster. Whereas playing Blood Moon cuts off Whir as an out, which means they need to top deck Ensnaring Bridge. Not sure which one's better for sequencing. I was still playing with not having the basic forest in mind, in which case I play out the Huntmaster. If they top deck Ensnaring Bridge, Huntmaster will kill them eventually. If they top deck Whir of Invention to get Ensnaring Bridge, same thing. If we cast Blood Moon and they top deck Whir of Invention, they can't cast it. Fantastic, we win. If we cast Blood Moon and they top deck Ensnaring Bridge, they play it out. We can't attack. We have a Huntmaster rotting in our hand under the assumption that we don't have that basic forest, which means they're going to have a bunch of time to do who knows what. Which is bad. Probably slowly mill us out and then we lose. And I think if you don't have the basic forest, you definitely play the Huntmaster first, because it's a much more conservative line. Whereas playing out the Blood Moon cuts off half of their outs. That's probably what you should do when you have the basic forest. Anyways, we took it. 3-2, not bad. I am down. We had some great matches there. That was a lot of fun. I haven't been playing nearly as much Magic as I used to because exams, but we're about halfway through those, so that's good. And I have a bit of a break before the next few, so maybe I'll be able to get another league in before my next exam happens. We'll see. Thank you all for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one.